It's twisted. It's dark. It's brutal. It's haunting. It's known as my bathroom. And it's also used to describe the Monsters Ball too. Go figure!
Audio Jungle.
Hello everybody, my name is Connor, Oh, that's not what I was using to describe the Monsters Ball. OKayFabe, and welcome back to another fun and exciting edition of the Impact Wrestling Review here on the OneWrestling.com YouTube channel, and of course over at OneWrestling.com with your official TNA Impact Wrestling, OneWrestling.com reporter. Man, that's a mouthful. Connor, OKayFabe, as we have a lot to talk about as we're on the road to lockdown. 6 Sides of Steel, only 1 week away, but we've got a Monsters Ball tag team title match and some interesting knockouts action. And do you believe in miracles? All this is we're going to cover on this week's edition of TNA Impact Wrestling as we continue the tour on the UK. Good jolly pip pip cheer and all that squat. Pretty sure if Rockstar Spud was here, he'd probably just slap me upside the head. But in any case, don't forget, we encourage you guys to let us know your thoughts down here in the comment section below, or again, hit us up on the various social media, including OneWrestling.com, the Facebook, and of course, all the OneWrestling.com family on social media on Twitter. Again, links down in the description box below. If you haven't done already, why haven't you hit that subscribe button? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Click here to hit that subscribe button and make sure you get all the fun, intriguing videos that you get from OneWrestling.com, including myself, Bill Skylar. You've got Big Slam Nation, of course, the legendary, the iconic, none other than the one and only Mr. Bill Apter. And no, I'm not just saying that because I have Pro Wrestling Illustrated in his book, right up there. Just that has nothing to do with it. Let's talk TNA Impact, shall we? So this week's edition of TNA Impact Wrestling kicked off with Ethan Carter III as he called out what would presumably be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Matt Hardy and his gang. When I say gang, it's kind of weird to think of that because it's basically his wife, son, and a big, huge, brooding guy named Tyrus. Yeah, take a guess which one of those 3 came out. That's right, it was the baby. I mean, I got my facts wrong. Oh, it was Tyrus. He was acting like a baby. You realize he can watch this, right? Hey, Tyrus. Don't eat me. Tyrus enters the ring to, of course, confront EC3 and tells him that basically he doesn't really stand a chance against Matt Hardy next week inside the 6 Sides of Steel lockdown steel cage main event. Easy for me to say in one continuous sentence. Which EC3, of course, takes very wholeheartedly and with a grain of salt as he beats the ever-living crap out of Tyrus, only to be saved by Matt Hardy. Later on, Matt then decides, hey, you're so tough, you think you could take us on? Fine. We'll have a tag team match in the main event, Tyrus and Matt Hardy against Ethan Carter III, and, oh wait, that's if you can find yourself a tag team partner that actually can stand and tolerate you. Listen, I know I'm no wrestler by any means, but I have no problem, it's the Batman thing. It's making me feel empowered. Anyway, we are treated to not 1, but 2 championship matches as Eric Young, EY, defends the King of the Mountain Championship against James Storm. EY mentions how he broke Jeff Hardy down, and of course this leads into the match with James Storm hitting the ring pretty quickly to get this brawl underway. Needless to say, you pretty much expect to see what happens as the match really doesn't get too contained very well as the action spills out to the ring and basically it results as the referee throws away the match. Apparently this is throwing away, not just this. It's like a conductor, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Anyway, later on throughout the entire show, we see EY, Bram, and Beer Money battle it out, as of course they finally announced that later on, next week rather, we will see them inside the 6 Sides of Steel as Beer Money takes on the tag team of EY and Bram inside the 6 Sides of Steel. The only thing that was kind of bugging me was the fact that you basically saw these guys brawling out through the entire arena during most of the show. It really kind of goes to show you what, top of the line security the UK has during these events. Although saying that out loud just now makes me realize if I saw the 4 of them brawling outside in an area, I probably wouldn't go anywhere near them. Listen, have you seen their beards? Just Bram and EY's just it's time for a miracle. Mike Bennett goes up against Mandrews in a matchup that I have to say and give a good critique about this matchup. Not that this matchup or anything with Mike Bennett or Mandrews was bad, but stereotypically, I should say, this is the type of match that you would consider a squash match, where basically, in this case, Mike Bennett being as he pushed as the bigger star right now in Impact Wrestling, you would kind of think for him to kind of just steamroll over Mandrews like on his skateboard, but this actually wasn't the case. Mandrews actually got a very good offense against Mike Bennett and actually proved to actually have a really good matchup between the two. Now, granted, I haven't seen a whole lot of Mandrews, primarily at least in the X Division series, or X Division since debuting on Impact Wrestling on Poptv, but to be honest, this matchup was c'est magnifique. It showed the benefits and highlights of not only just Mandrews, but Mike Bennett as well, being able to bring out the best in both. Mandrews got a great high-flying action, and Bennett has very good psychology, and it's not because he liked me on Twitter. Cheap plug. But it was just a great matchup overall, as of course the Miracle Mike Bennett decided to give him a miracle right to the face. He continues to beat up Mandrews after his victory, only for Drew Galloway to run in and basically break it up, which I kind of like. They're, once again, like I mentioned before, they're at least continuing rivalries and continuing feuds, so I just can't wait to see Galloway and Bennett go one-on-one, because I think these two are going to tear the house down. Listen, Impact, Dixie, if you're watching this in any way, shape, or form, listen, I just want to say, maybe 2 out of 3 falls? Just pitching that, resume, monster. And just, plus my headshot. I really need to change the headshot. That thing is disgusting. It's time to decay. Decay. I gotta... So yeah, that Monsters Ball match. The Wolves defended the TNA Tag Team titles inside the Monsters Ball against none other than the team of Abyss and Crazy Steve, the Decay. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that I already loved the Decay to begin with, this matchup was everything we were hoping a Monsters Ball would be. I mean, you saw steel chairs, you saw tables, you saw mist sprays, you saw barbed wire, you saw Janice, you saw a bunny, you saw a monkey. I think those last 2 parts were a little, chickens? We didn't get chickens either, did we? Dude, we were supposed to get the chickens for the Monsters Ball. This is the kind of thing we need to be on the same page about here. Anyway, the match. So the matchup was actually really entertaining and, like I said, basically everything expected a Monsters Ball. Now, granted, it wasn't the most barbaric one out of all of them. Remember, this is Poptv. I mean, this is, basic cable as well. I shouldn't say basic cable, but this is cable itself, so we have to keep it very basic as far as what can be allotted. I thought the psychology was fantastic, the action was on point, and the Wolves go on to successfully retain the TNA Tag Team titles. While I'm sort of expected this matchup to happen as far as the Wolves retaining the championship, my only concern is that the Decay is hopefully not a one-shot deal. I think this is a tag team that can go on for quite a while and wove some interesting storylines with other members of the TNA roster, particularly the gentleman who approached Rosemary right before the matchup, which I'm still not 100% sure who that is, but in this case, the plot thickens. Or as Rosemary says, the plot. I really gotta stop doing this. Does somebody have a Ricola? No, I can't do the thing right. Just give me the cough drop. I don't know why, but the knockouts always seem to put me in a good mood. And it's not because they're beautiful, attractive women by any means whatsoever. It's because they're beautiful, attractive women that can kick my butt. And I'm fearful of that. Jade and Marty Bell of the Dollhouse take on Madison Rayne and Gail Kim in a knockouts tag team matchup. Now, before I get into this matchup, it's kind of interesting that this was actually a critique of mine for this particular episode of Impact Wrestling. It's not that I'm not a fan of the knockouts or the Dollhouse or whatever, but it's just kind of makes me kind of confused as far as the direction they were going. Dollhouse has pretty much ran rampant right over everyone and really hasn't had anybody to really challenge them. They've kind of been splitting up between Gail Kim, Madison Rayne, and Velvet Sky respectively, and they haven't really kind of, brought them together to unite to put them against a front against the Dollhouse. And so while I can see that's where they're kind of going in that direction, maybe it's just me getting a little impatient. And did you just say lethal lockdown next week with all 6 knockouts? What? After Gail Kim and Madison Rayne get a, in my opinion, much needed win to give the Dollhouse some sort of tension and build heading into the next week's show, Velvet Sky comes in to make the save, helping clear house, and announces lethal lockdown next week inside 6 Sides of Steel. Velvet Sky, Madison Rayne, and Gail Kim against all 3 members of the Dollhouse. To say that I'm intrigued is a complete understatement. This is the first time we'll see knockouts with weapons inside a steel cage match. I may have mentioned this on a previous episode of the Impact Wrestling Review here on OneWrestling.com, but it's very interesting and refreshing to see the women actually get different opportunities and different actual, matches. I mean, granted, you probably won't see the hardcore extremes that we've seen in the past in pro wrestling, but hey, I'll gladly take a lethal lockdown knockouts match because guess what? It's different, it's unique, these women can pull it off, and you've got my attention. And probably my money. Wow, this is a weird thing I have luck with women. They just seem to take all my money. Yeah, I know, it's not like I have a knot to begin with, but still. Anyway, let's talk more about the Great One. No, I'm talking about Odarg. Odarg the Great. Yeah, buckle in, folks. See Eli Drake and Jesse Goddard's in the ring about to have a fantastic tag team matchup against Mahabali Shira. I hope I said that right. With his tag team partner, Odarg the Great. Wait. Odarg the Great. Seriously? Odarg. I know who Odarg is. It's clear as day who he is. Of course it's The Rock. The Rock's the Great One. Odarg the Great. It just makes sense. They have the same build. They have the same voice. It just makes the complete sense that this is Odarg the... That's a good one. He thinks it's Greedo in a mask. Oh, dude, just you should do stand-up. That's funny. Anyway, basically Odarg reveals himself and pulling off the mask to reveal himself to Eli Drake, allowing himself to get the win, which was a weird strategy in of itself, but I guess it worked. It was a funny, kooky match that basically was exactly what you expected it to be. But despite the fact that this is kind of one of those matches and more storylines make you go, I kind of like it, and I kind of want to see how TNA takes it a little bit of a different direction. Plus, I'm a huge fan of Eli Drake. The more I see him on TV, the more I'm impressed with the guy. I like his build, his physique, his in-ring ability, his mic skills. I think this guy is money in the bank, no pun intended, especially that he has the King of the Mountain Championship in that briefcase, or for the Feast or Fire. Don't forget that, folks. But anyway, we move on to the main event. Okay, that's disgusting as heck. That is just nasty. EC3 takes on Tyrus and Matt Hardy, jeez, in the main event. But it's not him alone for too long as Rockstar Spud makes the save for the day and helps EC3 halfway through the match in a very solid tag team match. Sometimes tag team matches and main event shows kind of, take it a little bit for granted because a lot of people think it's lazy booking or whatever have you. But honestly, I thought this was a perfect blend of how they intertwined everybody, including when Matt Hardy was teasing, or rather, persuading Rockstar Spud to not get involved in anything, way, shape, or form with tonight's main event. So everything kind of came around full circle. EC3's relationship with Rockstar Spud, the Matt Hardy Tyrus thing, just everything came full force and full together in this main event. And the matchup was, c'est magnifique! It was a fantastic tag team matchup that, honestly, most of the time you kind of pass one off as far as just a, again, so-so match, but this one really amped it up, and it really made me want to see that lockdown main event all the more, which is pretty much, I guess, the premise of the whole show, and in which case, it has 120% succeeded. I don't know where that accent just came from, but just bear with me. We move on to next week's show. Next week is a huge one. Lockdown returns. The All 6 Sides of Steel Cage event that will be aired on Poptv for the first time next week, next Tuesday, and I cannot wait. EC3 takes on Matt Hardy for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Lethal Lockdown with 6 knockouts. Holy cow. Beer Money against Bram and EY in a tag team matchup. We've got Tigre Uno going against Trevor Lee for the X Division Championship, and I'm pretty sure we went to see Odarg the Great once again against Eli Drake in that matchup. So inside the steel cage. So this could be quite. The Great One could rise, and not EC3. I mean Odarg. I mean he just looks. I'm telling you, it's The Rock. You not going to convince me. But in any case, I want to hear what you guys think. Once again, I throw things out to you guys and ask, what did you guys think of Impact Wrestling this week? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Favorite match? Whatever have you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section here below. Again, hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, and all the social media for OneWrestling.com and the entire OneWrestling.com family. And also let me know if you guys are excited for Lockdown next week. I know I sure am. 6 Sides of Steel. I mean, last time I did that was like a trampoline outside of my... Well, not that I still have it right now or anything. It's just... Okay, I still have it. It's a way I settle feuds and disputes. Don't judge me. Anyway, we want to take this time to thank you guys again for watching. We appreciate the continued love and support here at OneWrestling.com and, of course, the OneWrestling.com YouTube channel. Make sure you follow the entire OneWrestling.com family on social media, including yours truly, Connor, a.k.a. OKayFabe at OKayFabe, and my YouTube channel, youtube.com/OKayFabe. Hit up Big Ray at Big Ray Show, Bill Skylar at You Got the Show, Fame Black at Fame Black, Billy Ray Valentine at Billy Ray Hustle, Professor PW Hustle at Profess P AEW Hustle 8-Track Brown at Pharaoh Fancy. Of course, you can join the Big Slam Nation this coming Friday, or weekend, I should say, at Big Slam Nation. Of course, the legend, the icon, the man himself, Mr. Bill Apter. Follow him at Apter1 Wrestling, and of course, at One Wrestling on Twitter. Thank you guys again for watching. Appreciate the continued love and support. Again, hit that subscribe button for more awesome, intriguing videos here, as well as that like button while you're down there. You might as well. You just do both. It makes things so much easier. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys next week for another intriguing Impact Wrestling review, as we review the Lockdown event. That just really doesn't entice you to see the... Yeah, just ignore that happen. Anyway, thank you guys again for watching. Take care, and as the legendary Bill Apter says, we will see you at the matches. As long as it's not 6 sides of steel, because, man, if I get my butt kicked in a trampoline, I can only imagine what happened in a real steel cage. Mom.
Audio Jungle.